if you go to the range and you collect brass, you know reloading's expensive. So instead of reloading, you can just be your little brass gremlin self like I am and recycle. Let's go ahead and make a lure. We're going to take this, move it to 223 brass that I found at the range, and 3D printed a little barrel, and of course we've got our trusty wire. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves a little Panther Martin. Let's get started here. I've got a little twist in that there. That's going to be the eye for our hook. I'm going to go ahead and make a blade out of that. I think with this, the best thing to do, we're going to make a little blade. If you know any of the Panther Martin style lures, they've got a little spinner blade on them. So we're going to go ahead and cut the neck off, that bottleneck. We're going to cut our rim off here. And I'm going to go ahead and get that done. We're going to go ahead and use a little movie magic. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, now we've got a couple of components here. First off, wear your safety goggles. And we have a very rough, flat piece of brass. And we've got where the primer goes, that rim. So let's make a spoon. I want the spoon to be about the length of the body here. Little 3D printed coax PET G. We're gonna go ahead and just roughly measure it out there. Kind of get just some real rough measurements here. Get it slightly shorter than the body. And slightly, about the same width, maybe slightly wider. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and draw out a shape here, or a teardrop shape. For a blade. All right, now we just have to cut it out. Stay tuned. All right, look at that. That's a spinner. Could it be better? Should it be better? I don't really think it fits what I'm going for this channel. So this ought to work. Now for the assembly, the fun part, right? And if you guys want to see more of the build process, like the actual machining of like this little piece of garbage or this other piece of garbage, let me know in the comments section down there. It'd be appreciated. So we're gonna go ahead and take our through wire here and clean out all that straight. I will show you this. Let's go ahead and take this rusty pair of pliers and just muscle it open there and just kind of smash it down in that flat part. And let's kind of straighten it out as best we can. That's good enough. So we're gonna go ahead and take this here. So you know how some of those have a bead on them? We've got this. This will look unique. I'm gonna put that on. And then comes our blade. That can go on. And then for the 3D printed body, and this, if anybody's interested in the files, let me know in the comments again. I can link them in there. Whatever needs to be done. That'll go on there. So now we have the basic shape. Now we just need a hook. So I've got some Danielson 14-aught hooks. Go ahead and put one of those on. Not sponsored, by the way. So that can just slip on the end there. And we just need to make it a vague loop, kind of get where we're gonna, how far we want this to hang. Give it a couple millimeters, just to give it some room to, the whole bait room to move. Maybe a little more. I think generally that's a good shape. Now, when you're doing this part, I know this can be a little tricky. I like to use just a screwdriver as a spacer. And you can just go ahead and actually take that screwdriver and sort of twist it just to get your loop started. I'll go ahead and get this built and I'll show you what the end result is. Oh, there we have it. This is, it's super ugly, actually. But you know what? I think it might catch something. Backlash, maybe. But, there's only one way to find out if it'll catch something. Let's go fishing. Out here at a local pond, and I've got that lure tied on here. And just to show you kind of what it looks like in the water. It kind of cuts the water pretty good. Get a nice little spin to it, if you can see that there. Get that blade going. It's the whole bait turning, actually. So we'll go ahead and give it a couple casts, see what we can figure out here. Try and do this one-handed. And we'll see if we get any action. I've walked most of the way around this pond here, and I'll give it a couple more casts here, maybe better than that. But in conclusion, this seems to fish pretty okay for something I just whipped together with some crappy power tools and pliers and all that other good stuff. It's still pretty early. Ice is still, I mean, look over there, there's ice, and you know, it's just not optimal time for fishing, but we're getting there, getting into the season, getting ready. So just, yeah, do what you need to do to get ready for the season. Cast into trees, whatever that might entail. So enjoy what's left of your winter. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.